Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I wanted to do a video called Thoughts on What I Bought. So I bought a bunch of stuff at the, well, not a bunch of stuff, but I bought some new products that I wanted to try. The Sephora VIB sale. Now they had the Rouge VIB sale at the beginning part of the month, and now I think it is the VIB and then the Beauty Insider, and then I think the Rouge has another opportunity for a sale. So anyways, if some of these products work for me and I'm recommending them, great. If you guys still have an opportunity to use your 20% off discount, I'm going to refer you to also my video down below that I did, or I'll link it up here, on my recommendations for this sale, 20% off sale. So I do have some really great recommendations in that video, but I want to talk about the things that I bought. Do I think they're worth it? Are some of them flops? Are they smaller than I thought? That's what she said. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave. The subscribe button is down below. Hit the little bell. That's a notification that my videos will be sent to your email box. I always stutter when I say that part. I don't know why. But my videos will be sent to your email box so you won't miss a video. So let's just go ahead and see my thoughts on what I bought. Oh, I am wearing most of them on my face today. So I wanted to talk about first about the Sephora and Colourpop palettes. Now, Colourpop had a couple of palettes, the Semi Precious palette and this Golden State of Mind eyeshadow palette. Now, I purchased both of these through the VIB sale, but also then they were sent to me in PR. So I do have duplicates of these. So I'm probably going to do some type of giveaway or something with the duplicates. But I wanted to kind of talk about these and my thoughts since I've had a chance to use both of the palettes. I've had a chance to use all these products, which is why I'm doing the video. But anyways, I'm like fumbling. So these are the palettes, and the Golden State of Mind eyeshadow palette, I believe this was $28. Maybe I'm wrong. I will list the price. Now there are 15 shades in this Golden State of Mind eyeshadow palette. They're all like, when I'm swatching them, like they all are sort of, I mean, they're all shimmery, okay, but they're not the same formula as the Colourpop eyeshadows that I personally own. They don't seem as pigmented, as buttery, just not what I was thinking that they would be. I mean, they're beautiful, they're shimmery, they're nice, but they're almost like a little bit more crumbly than the other. Let me do a few more swatches. Than the other like eyeshadows, like if you just get single pans from Colourpop. I just feel like these take a lot more, like you would absolutely need to use like a Fix Plus or something like that with these eyeshadows, just because they're a whole lot more crumbly. And honestly, I'm really not impressed. So I do want to say, if you were considering getting this palette, I just don't think it's that great. It's decent, but I actually just prefer the shimmer shades mixed with matte shades. I think that Colourpop does matte eyeshadows so beautifully, and I would highly recommend their matte eyeshadows. But some of their other palettes that are like $16 on their website, you can just get a better formula and you get a mix of both metallic shades and some matte shades, and I just think the matte shades are incredible. Now, to say that I don't think this palette is worth it, I want to say if you are going to pick up a palette, this is an incredible palette. This is the Semi Precious palette, and I think I was quoting this wrong. I wore this the other day on my Snapchat, and literally everyone was like, what are you wearing on your eyes? Now, this palette is just absolutely beautiful. I want to show you the shade I was wearing on my eyes. Oh crap. Okay, so I've tried all of these out, or a couple of the shades on my eyes, but this is the shade I was wearing on my eyes the other day, and I've worn almost all of these on my lid just to try them out. But this golden shade right here, I did swatch a few for you. Let me just, the pigmentation in these is just so much different. It feels like a different formula. Oh, I messed that swatch up. We're not going to count that one. Okay, I messed this swatch up right here. Don't look at that one. These are just super creamy. They're not powdery. They just seem to be pressed differently. I can't describe it, but they just the way that they are is, as in metallicness, just goes on the eye like smooth butter. It almost is like there's no chunk to it. It's just smooth, straight, metallic sort of pigment on the eye, and it almost made my eyelid look and appear smoother. If I'm going to wear a metallic shade on my eyelid, this would be the type of formula that I would want, just because it doesn't accentuate any of the crinklies on the lids or anything. This palette, like, super impressive, but this particular shade right here, I think it's called either Celestial. This shade is absolutely gorgeous. It's just such a pretty, like, pinky, can you see that? I mean, the metallicness, but it's so smooth, and like when you put this on the eyelid, it just literally makes your eyelids glow. And I wore it and I got so many compliments in person and like on Snapchat. So many people were like, what are you wearing on your eyes? So I think if you were thinking of picking up one of the Colourpop eyeshadow palettes launched in Sephora, definitely get the Semi-Precious. I think the formula is better. I love the colors. Again, you're still going to get full shimmery colors, but I just think that the quality is more here. I mean, even this gorgeous green shade, like, I cannot wait to do like a green eyeshadow look. It's like this golden green. Ugh, it's just so beautiful. So this is the palette that I recommend. Definitely is worth the money, and I'm so happy that I got this, but also that I get to like have another one to like give to someone. So anyways, those are my thoughts on what I bought with these two palettes. So let's move on to another eyeshadow palette that I wanted to try. So I heard so much about these little Huda Beauty palettes, and I had just recently purchased the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk, I think that's what it's called. I did a full video on that, and I really like that palette, or maybe I just did a look with it. I really like that palette, but these are small little eyeshadow palettes, and I want to show you the size of them. Like, they're basically the size of like what a bronzer would be. Understand that it's basically the size of like a MAC 4 pan palette. So it's small. However, the eyeshadows aren't difficult to get to. The pan size is not too small where I feel like, oh man, it's really hard to get my brush in there. That's kind of annoying sometimes when the eyeshadow palette is too small. But I have this eyeshadow palette on my eyes today. The shades blended beautifully. I really, really loved them. This was the first time to use it. I felt like I used these two shades in the crease right here. Really beautiful matte shades. They were super creamy and nice. I used this shade and this shade to deepen and darken things up. A lot of pigmentation. I mean, it has a cream shade, and then it has these three sort of lid shimmer shades. I mean, again, like, the matte shades are just so beautiful. Let me get into these shimmer shades for you. The three shimmer shades are really beautiful. I have this one right here all over my lid, and then I have a little bit of this like on top, and then I didn't use this one at all yet, so I don't know. And this one is a little bit more chunky than the other one. It has a little bit more glitter in it, but they apply beautifully. I applied them dry. I didn't even apply them wet, and they were gorgeous. So there are those shades right there. Very, very pretty shades, shimmery, nice. This was a great price. If you've wanted to try the Huda Beauty products or eyeshadow palettes, but you just haven't been able to shell out. I think the bigger palettes are about like $60 something. So if you just don't have that in your budget, or that's just not your thing to pay that much for an eyeshadow palette, which even if you have the budget for it, you can decide what you want to do with your money. Some people are just like, no, I ain't paying it. So if you just are one of those people who wanted to try the eyeshadow formula for a smaller price, this is a great option. They do have, this is the Mauve palette like I said, but they do have a browns, I think, palette and some cool tone palettes. So you have a bunch of different options. They are smaller, but I mean, come on, like, you're definitely, this is a very useful palette. It has a mirror in it as well. I think the price point is really great for what you are getting, and you can create a beautiful full look. And honestly, these are the shades that I gravitate towards in most palettes anyways, so I think this is perfect. I'm really happy that I bought this, and I definitely do recommend it if you are still looking for something to purchase during the sale. Okay, this is a product I have heard a lot of controversy about, honestly. Some people love it. Some people absolutely hate it. So I'm here to give you my thoughts on it. The Huda Beauty Foundation, it's upside down. This is the Fauxfilter foundation. Now, I've been trying out a ton of foundations lately, so I know you guys are probably like, can you slow your roll with foundations? Like, which one do you really love? So I just pretty much go between the YSL All Hours foundation, the Peach foundation from Too Faced, and the Dior foundation right now. I kind of go between those three, are my top most used foundations at this current moment. And I do love all three of them. This foundation is high coverage cream foundation, effortless application, camouflage imperfections and pigmentation, soft focus filter finish. Now I got the color 200B Shortbread, and it's a little bit light for me. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit light for me, but I made it work with some bronzer. Now, let me look at this foundation on my face. I feel like it looks very foundation-y. Oh, I got mascara on my eye. Cool. I don't know. I'm not 100% in love. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not 100% in love. I think that it has a very, very strong, almost like gardenia scent. I don't know what the scent is. It has like, okay, so let me show you what the bottle looks like. I mean, I like the bottle. It's plastic. It's not glass, so that's one thing. It's plastic. This is the bottle, and it does have a pump. And the foundation is just, it's not like a super liquidy foundation. It actually feels rather thick when I put it on, and it feels almost like tough and like sticky and tacky. A more sticky tacky foundation. So this color is like with neutral undertones, the Shortbread. I do feel like it's full coverage. I only needed about 2 pumps to cover my entire face, but it was very tacky, sticky, and I just felt like it, I mean, honestly, it still feels a little bit tacky. Even I didn't powder it. I just put on like my bronzer and everything, but I don't know. I feel like I wore it one other time besides wearing it today, and the smell is really, really strong for a foundation. A very perfumey, flowery scent. So I feel like a lot of people wouldn't love that, but it didn't break up on me throughout the day, and it didn't feel it doesn't feel like you're wearing foundation. It doesn't feel like it, but it kind of just is almost like it's so full coverage. And I think the problem is that the color is so light on me that's why I can really detect the foundation on my skin. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like it's a very thicker, creamy formula. I don't know. I just would love it to have kind of melded a little bit more with my skin. But as far as coverage, it has a lot of great coverage. I don't know. I'm on the fence with this foundation. It's like, I definitely think the fragrance is too strong. And if you have sensitive skin, you're not gonna like this at all. It's gonna really irritate. The fragrance is so strong that I think it would irritate someone's skin just for the sensitivity. But as far as coverage, it's just, I like other foundations more, is what I'll say. Next thing I got is the Benefit Stay Don't Stray, and I've never had this before, but I used to have the Benefit Air Patrol to prime my lids. Now I've been using this, and it has like a wand or whatever. Honestly, this is very much like a concealer. So I would kind of skip this the way it is. Like, I feel like it's just another product where you could utilize your concealer. This was kind of rather expensive, and I feel like, again, just the concealer does just the same thing. So I would skip this, and honestly, it feels like it doesn't have that much product in it. It just kind of still feels empty. So I don't know. Not that impressed with this. I did use the Benefit Air Patrol for so long time. I love that product, and I wish I would have gotten that one instead of this one. Okay, the last thing I purchased is on my lips right now, and I've got a new Marc Jacobs. This is the Enamored lip gloss, the High Shine lip gloss. I love these. I recommended the shade Skin Deep to you in my video, and I still think I like that color more. This is like a deep purple mauve shade. It's called Make Me, and it's just a really pretty dusty mauve-y purple, but it's, you know, pretty deep and dark. So I have a lip liner on from L'Oreal on right now. I forget which one. It's like mauve, matte mauve or something like that. And then this on top. And I mean, it's super beautiful and shiny and pretty, and I like it. But I do like a little, I feel like it's a little bit dark. I would have liked a little bit more of a nude shade. Like, yeah, I would have liked a little bit more of a nude shade. But I mean, I do think it's pretty. It is a really pretty color and it's different. And I think maybe it's just like I'm so used to nudes at this point that like this is like, it's so dark. But it's really pretty for the fall and the winter, and I do like the colors. So I would recommend these. I absolutely recommend these glosses 100% though. They're such a great formula and they just wear really well on the lips. Okay, so that is it on the thoughts on what I bought. Hopefully if you guys are still shopping the sale, you can take some of these recommendations of what I've already purchased using my 20% off discount and maybe purchase some of them, or if you were thinking of purchasing some of them and you heard some things you didn't like, maybe it can change your mind. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know some of the things that you have picked up in the sale if you have already shopped the VIB sale. And I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.